200 years ago, a great revolution took place. This was the third in the great golden age of revolutions. It embraced the Enlightenment values of equality and liberty. It is rarely discussed, yet its effects have been felt throughout the Western Hemisphere in the 2 centuries since it achieved its aim.
It was sometimes a rebellion, sometimes a civil war, sometimes a struggle for independence. Whites, blacks, and mulattoes, rich, poor, powered, and powerless, fought on all sides at various times and for various reasons. To free the slaves, to restore the monarchy, to protect their position, to repel invaders, for independence, for liberty, for equality, and for the status quo.
This revolution took place in the French colony of Saint-Domingue, on the island of Hispaniola. Saint-Domingue was the wealthiest, most resource-rich, most valuable colony of its age, perhaps the most valuable colony of any age.
Supporters of the French Revolution were against slavery and discussed plans for gradual abolition of slavery, the ending of the slave trade, and the granting of rights to educated free colored men from the colonies.
Toussaint Louverture was the leader in the Haitian Revolution. Born a slave, he rose to become commander-in-chief of the Revolutionary Army. In 1800, he coordinated the effort to draw up Haiti's first democratic constitution.
I am Toussaint Louverture. My name has perhaps become known to you. I am bent on vengeance. I desire the establishment of liberty and equality in Saint-Domingue. I strive to bring them into being. Unite with us, brothers, and fight with us in the common cause.
Toussaint Louverture would come to dominate the military and political landscape of the colony. Under his leadership, the rebel army would become disciplined and organized, and would steadily gain ground against the French colonists.
In 1793, Louis XVI was executed in France, and when this news landed in the colony, ties of loyalty were severed and sought to detach themselves.
One of the reasons why the Haitian Revolution was successful was that since the French were distracted by war with Britain, Toussaint made treaties and trade agreements between both countries, established a constitution, enforced work rules, and steadily increased Saint-Domingue's independence.
Do not forget that we have no other resource than destruction and flames. Bear in mind that the soil bathed with our sweat must not furnish our enemies with the smallest alignment. Tear up the roads with shot, throw corpses and horses into all the fountains, burn and annihilate everything, in order that those who have come to reduce us to slavery may have before their eyes the image of hell which they deserve.
Men are born and remain free and equal in rights.
Enlightenment ideals were applied to the Haitian Revolution. As slaves fought their masters in their pursuit for independence, chaos ensued in Santo Domingue.
A wall of fire from which continually arose thick whirlwinds of smoke. The most striking feature of this terrible spectacle was a rain of fire composed of burning cane straw, which whirled thick before the blast like snow.
Toussaint Louverture tried to negotiate with Napoleon, but this did not always work.
The constitution you made, while including many good things, contains some that are contrary to the sovereignty of French people, of which Saint-Domingue forms only a portion. A contrary conduct would be irreconcilable. It would have you lose the many rights and benefits of the Republic, and would contribute to the misfortune of those brave blacks we courage love, and whose rebellion would be obliged to be punished. Seeking to restore the economy of Saint-Domingue, Napoleon sent his brother-in-law Leclerc with 25,000 troops.
Toussaint's once absolute authority over his army had slipped somewhat during the time of peace, as separate interests within the colony split its leadership. Hesitation and disobedience weakened Toussaint until he had no other choice but to surrender to Leclerc. Toussaint was betrayed by his own former generals, deceitfully trapped, and deported to France. On April 7, 1803, Toussaint died in his cell at Fort de Joux in the French Alps. Toussaint Louverture wrote the following letter from captivity in the dungeon at Fort de Joux to Napoleon Bonaparte.
If I have sinned in doing my duty, if I was wrong in forming the Constitution, it was through my great desire to do good. It was through having employed too much zeal. I have had the misfortune to incur your wrath. But as to fidelity, I am strong in my conscience that no one is more honest than myself. I was one of your soldiers, and the first servant of the Republic in St. Domingo, but now I am wretched, ruined, dishonored, a victim of my own services. Let your sensibility be moved.
Toussaint's betrayal and the dawning realization that France was determined to re-enslave the blacks encouraged rebels once again. With Toussaint's former general Dessalines at command, the rebels defeated the French troops once and for all, and declared the colony independent on January 1, 1804, taking the new name of Haiti from the original Arawak name for the island.
When the revolt succeeded in 1803 and Haiti became the first black republic, President Thomas Jefferson offered Napoleon $15 million for the Louisiana Territory. Defeated and with nearly all his Caribbean troops dead, Napoleon accepted the offer.
The example of Saint Domingue shows that it took special conditions for a slave revolt to succeed in the New World. Slaves outnumbered whites in Saint Domingue by more than 10 to 1. Even so, their superior military technology enabled the whites to control the colony until the French Revolution divided the whites among themselves and turned the mixed-race population against them.
There can be no slaves on this territory. Servitude has been forever abolished. All men are born, live, and die free. The island nation began to suffer the effects of its isolation and diminishing economic importance. The United States for 60 years refused to recognize Haiti out of fear of its rebellious example. Weakened internal politics and foreign meddling had devastated the island for over years. Haiti became the first former European colony where people of color succeeded in overturning slavery and racial inequality. Memories of the Haitian Revolution had continued to influence movements for liberation for the past 2 centuries.